Hey guys, tonight we dive into the secrets of the pyramids. Echoes in the stone. The Giza Plateau shimmered under the 2025 Egyptian sun, a golden haze cloaking the Great Pyramid of Khufu, its limestone casing worn but majestic, its 2.3 million stone blocks defying time. The air was thick with desert dust and the faint tang of diesel from nearby Cairo, where minarets pierced the skyline, their calls to prayer mingling with the hum of drones overhead. Dr. Amara Khalil, a 38-year-old Egyptologist, stood before the pyramid's northern face, her dark hair tied back, her hazel eyes scanning its weathered surface. Her khaki vest was dusted with sand, her tablet glowing with 3D scans from the Scan Pyramids project, revealing voids within, secrets hidden for 4,500 years. The pyramid loomed like a silent god, its shadow a weight on her heart, whispering of mysteries her team was poised to unravel. Amara's team, funded by the International Archaeological Consortium, was a blend of brilliance and grit. Dr. Lucas Brandt, a German geophysicist, adjusted his ground-penetrating radar, his blonde beard flecked with sand, his blue eyes sharp behind glasses. Beside him, Dr. Neo Koye, a Nigerian materials scientist, analyzed limestone samples, her braided hair glinting, her dark eyes focused on her spectrometer's data. Their mission, to probe the Great Pyramid's last secrets, hidden chambers, construction methods, or clues to its purpose, using cutting-edge tech. The world watched, from Cairo's cafes to global news feeds, hungry for answers to an ancient riddle. Amara traced the pyramid's base, her boots crunching on gravel, the heat pressing her skin. The muon scan showed a void above the Grand Gallery, she said, her voice steady but laced with excitement. 30 meters long, uncharted. It's not in any record. Lucas wiped sweat from his brow, his radar humming. The data's clear, Amara. It's a chamber, sealed since Khufu's time. But the entrance, hidden, collapsed, were never there. Nia looked up, her spectrometer beeping. The limestone's chemical signature matches Aswan quarries, but some blocks have anomalies, trace metals, like they're not from Earth. Her voice trembled, the implication hanging in the desert air. A shadow fell over them, Dr. Hassan Reza, their Egyptian liaison, his linen suit pristine, his dark eyes wary. Careful, Amara, he said, his voice low. The government wants answers, not speculation. Talk of extraterrestrial metals draws scavengers, and worse. His gaze flit to the horizon, where Bedouin guides watched, their robes billowing. Amara's jaw tightened, her tablet glowing with a 3D model of the void. We're here for truth, Hassan. If that chamber holds Khufu's secrets, or more, we'll find it. The pyramid's shadow deepened, its stones whispering of ancient builders, their knowledge of puzzle science might finally solve. The hidden door. The Giza necropolis was a labyrinth of stone and sand, the pyramids of Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure standing like sentinels under a twilight sky, their silhouettes sharp against the fading sun. The air cooled, carrying the scent of dust and distant jasmine from Cairo's markets. Amara's team worked in a cordoned-off section near the Great Pyramid's base, their drones buzzing, their radar screens casting a green glow. Floodlights illuminated the limestone, revealing faint cracks invisible to tourists' eyes. The Scan Pyramids project had mapped the void, a massive chamber above the Grand Gallery, but finding an entrance was like chasing a mirage. Amara knelt beside a block, her fingers tracing a seam, her hazel eyes narrowing. The muon data suggests a shaft here, she said, her voice low, her tablet showing a faint anomaly. It's narrow, maybe a service tunnel. If we can access it. Lucas adjusted his radar, its pulses echoing through the stone. The shaft's blocked, Amara, collapsed or sealed. We'd need to drill, but that risks damage. His blue eyes flicked to Hassan, who stood nearby, his radio crackling with orders from Cairo. Nia, her spectrometer humming, examined a core sample, her dark eyes wide. These blocks near the seam, they've got microfractures, like they were moved after construction. And the metal traces, iridium, rare on Earth. This isn't just a tomb. Hassan's face darkened, his linen suit catching the floodlight's glare. Enough, Nia. The Ministry won't hear of aliens. Focus on the chamber, Khufu's plans, his tools, his legacy. His voice was sharp, but his eyes betrayed fear, as if the pyramid guarded more than history. A drone beeped, its camera catching a shadow, a faint outline in the limestone, a door sealed by ancient mortar. Amara's heart raced, her fingers brushing the stone, cool and smooth. Here, she whispered, her voice trembling. A hidden door, aligned with Sirius at the equinox. The builders wanted it found, but not easily. Lucas scanned the outline, his radar confirming a hollow beyond. It leads to the shaft, he said, his voice tight. But opening it, we'd need explosives, or laser cutting. The Ministry won't allow it. Amara stood, her khaki vest dusted with sand, her eyes fierce. We don't ask permission. We document, then act. This door could rewrite history. She turned to Hassan, her voice steady. Get us clearance, or we go public, every news feed will know. Hassan's jaw tightened, the desert wind stirring his suit. You're playing with fire, Amara. The pyramid's secrets have buried men before. The floodlights flickered, the pyramid looming, its hidden door a challenge to modern science and ancient will. Whispers of the past. Cairo's archaeological museum buzzed with the hum of air conditioning, its halls lined with sarcophagi and statues, their eyes seeming to follow Amara as she paced, her tablet clutched tightly. The air smelled of polished stone and old papyrus, the city's noise muted beyond the walls. The team had retreated from Giza to analyze their findings, the hidden door, the iridium-laced blocks, the void's promise of a chamber untouched since the 4th dynasty. The Ministry's approval for drilling hung in limbo, Hassan's warnings echoing, the pyramid guards its secrets. Amara stood before a relief of Khufu, his stone face serene, his scepter gleaming under museum lights. The builders knew something, she said, her hazel eyes tracing the hieroglyphs. The shaft's alignment with Sirius, it's not just astronomy. It's a message, encoded in stone. Lucas, his blonde beard dusted with Cairo's grime, studied a 3D model on his laptop, the void shape glowing. The chamber's size, 30 meters, angled upward, suggests a purpose beyond the tomb. Maybe a star map, or a machine. The iridium could be a power source. Nia, her braids tied back, her spectrometer data spread across a table, shook her head. The iridium's isotopic ratio, it's like meteorite samples. If the builders used it, they had knowledge we can't explain. Not with ramps and rollers. Her dark eyes were troubled, her voice low. Hassan entered, his linen suit crisp, his dark eyes guarded. The Ministry grants clearance, limited drilling, no explosives. But Bedouin scouts report looters near Giza. If they know of the door, his voice trailed off, the threat clear. Amara's heart raced, her tablet showing the door's outline. We move at dawn, she said, her voice resolute. Laser drills, non-invasive. We'll open the shaft and map the chamber. She turned to the relief, Khufu's eyes seeming to watch. A flashback stirred, 2580 BCE, a vizier in linen robes overseeing workers, their chants echoing as they placed a glowing shard in a hidden chamber, their faces awed. Lucas frowned, his laptop humming. Amara, if we find that chamber, it could change everything, history, science, faith. Are we ready? Amara's jaw tightened, her khaki vest a badge of resolve. The pyramids waited 4,500 years. It's ready. The museum's shadows deepened, the secrets of Giza pulse in the stone, calling her team to uncover the truth. Breaching the stone. The Giza Plateau lay cloaked in pre-dawn shadow, the Great Pyramid of Khufu a silent titan against the star-strewn sky, its weathered limestone glowing faintly under portable floodlights. The air was cool, laced with the scent of desert dust and the hum of laser drills, their red beams slicing through ancient mortar. Dr. Amara Khalil crouched near the hidden door at the pyramid's base, her khaki vest dusted with sand, her hazel eyes locked on the faint outline revealed by drone scans. Her tablet glowed with a 3D model of the void, a 30-meter chamber above the Grand Gallery, its promise of secrets driving her pulse. The Scan Pyramids project had pinpointed the shaft, but breaching it risked the wrath of both the Egyptian ministry and unseen looters circling the plateau. Dr. Lucas Brandt, his blonde beard flecked with grit, adjusted the laser drill, its hum steady against the stone. "The mortar's thinning," he said, his blue eyes sharp behind glasses. "We're through in an hour, but the shaft's narrow, barely a meter wide." His ground-penetrating radar beeped, confirming the hollow beyond. Dr. Niokoye, her braids tied back, her dark eyes focused, analyzed a limestone fragment with her spectrometer. "The iridium traces are stronger here," she said, her voice low, tinged with awe. "It's in the mortar too, like the builders sealed something powerful." This wasn't just a tomb, Amara. Dr. Hassan Reza, their ministry liaison, stood nearby, his linen suit creased, his dark eyes darting to the horizon where Bedouin scouts lingered, their robes blending with the dunes. "Hurry," he urged, his voice tight. "The ministry's watching, and those looters aren't just thieves, some carry rifles. If they know we're opening a chamber..." Amara's jaw tightened, her fingers brushing the door's seam, cool and smooth. "We document everything," she said, her voice resolute. "No secrets stay buried." The laser cut deeper, stone dust rising, and the door shifted, revealing a dark shaft sloping upward, its air cold and stale, smelling of ancient stone and something metallic. Lucas peered inside, his flashlight casting shadows on smooth walls etched with faint hieroglyphs, stars, eyes, a coiled serpent. "This is it," he whispered, his voice trembling. "The shaft to the void. But these carvings, they're not standard Old Kingdom." Nia's spectrometer beeped, her eyes widening. "The walls have iridium too, embedded, like a circuit. This is technology, not ritual." Her words hung, the desert's silence pressing in. A distant shout broke the moment, Bedouin looters, their silhouettes moving closer, their rifles glinting. Hassan drew his radio, his voice sharp. "Security, now!" Amara's heart raced, her tablet clutched tightly. "We go in," she said, her voice fierce. "Whatever's in that chamber, we find it before they do." The pyramid's shadow loomed, its secrets a pulse in the stone. The shaft's secrets. The shaft within the Great Pyramid was a claustrophobic tunnel, its smooth limestone walls closing in, the air heavy with the scent of dust and an eerie metallic tang. Amara crawled forward, her flashlight beam dancing across hieroglyphs, stars aligned with Sirius, serpents encircling eyes, symbols unseen in any known Egyptian text. Her khaki vest snagged on rough edges, her hazel eyes sharp, her breath shallow in the confined space. Behind her, Lucas followed, his radar strapped to his back, its faint beeps echoing. Nia trailed, her spectrometer glowing, while Hassan guarded the entrance, his radio crackling with updates from Giza's security. "The shaft's intact," Amara said, her voice muffled, her tablet mapping the path. "It's climbing toward the void, 10 meters, maybe less." Her heart pounded, the pyramid's weight pressing down, the promise of the chamber of fire in her chest. Lucas's flashlight caught a carving, a starburst, its lines precise, almost machined. "These aren't chisels," he said, his voice tight. The precision, it's like laser etching. The builders had tools we don't understand. His blonde beard brushed the wall, his blue eyes wide. Mia's spectrometer hummed, its data spiking. Iridium levels are off the charts, she said, her dark eyes troubled. It's concentrated ahead, like a source. If it's a relic, it's not just decorative, it's functional. Her words stir a chill, the shaft's air growing colder. The tunnel widened, revealing a stone slab sealing the chamber, its surface etched with a coiled serpent around a star. Amara's fingers traced the carving, her pulse racing. "This is the door," she whispered, her voice echoing. "The void's beyond." Lucas set up his radar, its screen glowing. The chamber's massive, 30 meters long, 10 high. But there's interference, something's disrupting the signal. His glasses fogged, his breath steaming in the sudden cold. Mia's spectrometer screeched, her face paling. The iridium, it's emitting low-level radiation. Not dangerous, but active. Like a power source. Her voice trembled, the implications vast. A muffled gunshot echoed from the entrance, Hassan's voice crackling through Amara's radio. Looters breached the perimeter. "Hurry!" The shaft shook, dust falling, and Amara's jaw tightened. "We open it now," she said, her voice resolute. She and Lucas pushed the slab, its weight grinding, revealing a dark chamber, its air humming with a faint vibration, the walls glinting with iridium veins. A stone pedestal stood at the center, holding a shard, a jagged, glowing crystal, its light pulsing like a heartbeat. Amara's breath caught, her hazel eyes wide. "Khufu's secret," she whispered, the pyramid's truth within reach, the looters' shouts closing in. Shadows of the ancients. The hidden chamber was a vault of wonder and dread, its limestone walls shimmering with iridium veins, their glow casting eerie shadows. The air buzzed with a low hum, the scent of ancient stone and metal sharp in Amara's lungs. The pedestal's crystal shard pulsed, its light blue and cold, its surface etched with star patterns, as if it held the sky itself. Amara stood frozen, her khaki vest dusted with sand, her hazel eyes reflecting the shard's glow, her tablet trembling in her hands. Lucas and Nia flanked her, their faces awed, their equipment beeping wildly. The Great Pyramid's void, hidden for 4,500 years, was no tomb, it was a repository of something beyond comprehension. Lucas's radar screeched, its screen flickering. "The shard's emitting a signal," he said, his voice low, his blonde beard flecked with dust. "It's not just iridium, it's structured, like a circuit. This could be a device, Amara." His blue eyes darted to the walls, where hieroglyphs depicted priests placing the shard, their faces reverent. Mia's spectrometer spiked, her dark eyes wide. "The radiation's stable, but it's interacting with the walls," she said, her voice trembling. "The iridium's amplifying it, like a network. The builders knew, they used this for something." Her braids swayed as she scanned the pedestal, its stone warm to the touch. A gunshot rang closer, the shaft's entrance echoing with shouts. Hassan's voice crackled through the radio, frantic. "Amara, looters are in the shaft. Security's pinned down, move." The chamber shook, dust falling, the shard's hum rising. Amara's heart raced, her fingers brushing the shard, its surface tingling. A vision flashed, 2580 BCE, a vizier in linen robes, his eyes wide, placing the shard as workers chanted, the pyramid's core humming with power. "This powered something," she said, her voice resolute. "Not a tomb, a machine, aligned with the stars." Lucas grabbed a drone, its camera whirring, capturing the chamber. "We need to secure it," he said, his voice urgent. "If looters take this, it's lost forever." He packed his radar, his hands shaking. Mia sealed her samples, her eyes fierce. The ministry will bury this, Amara. We go public, now. Her spectrometer glowed, the shard's hum intensifying. Amara nodded, her jaw tight. We take the shard, document everything, and get out. She lifted the crystal, its weight light but electric, the chamber's hum fading. The looters' shouts grew louder, boots echoing in the shaft. Amara clutched the shard, her team racing back, the pyramid's secrets of fire in her heart, the truth of the ancients a step from revelation. Flight from Giza. The Giza Plateau was a battlefield under the desert night, the Great Pyramid's silhouette stark against a sky pierced by stars and the flash of gunfire. The air was sharp with gunpowder and dust, the distant wail of Cairo's sirens cutting through the chaos. Dr. Amara Khalil clutched the iridium shard, its cold, pulsing glow seeping through her khaki vest, her hazel eyes wide with adrenaline as she led her team through the narrow shaft. The shard, a jagged crystal etched with star patterns, hummed faintly, its weight light but electric, a relic of an ancient technology hidden for 4,500 years. Behind her, Dr. Lucas Brandt and Dr. Nia Okoye scrambled, their equipment clanking, their breaths ragged in the claustrophobic tunnel. Lucas, his blonde beard matted with sweat, hauled his radar pack, its screen flickering. Amara, the looters are in the shaft, he shouted, his blue eyes darting to the shadows where boots echoed, rifles glinting. They're 10 meters back, move. Nia, her braids swinging, her dark eyes fierce, clutched her spectrometer, its data on the shard's radiation critical. If they take this, it's over, she said, her voice tight. We need to get to the jeep. Dr. Hassan Reza, their ministry liaison, guarded the shaft's entrance, his linen suit torn, his dark eyes scanning the plateau. His radio crackled with static, security forces pinned down by looters, Bedouin mercenaries armed with smuggled rifles. Amara, go, he yelled, drawing a pistol, his voice sharp. I'll hold them. Amara's heart pounded, her boots slipping on the shaft's smooth limestone, the hieroglyphs, stars, serpents, eyes, flashing in her flashlight's beam. She burst into the open, the desert air cool, the pyramid looming like a silent judge. The team's jeep waited, its engine idling, but looters' trucks roared closer, their headlights cutting the darkness. Amara tucked the shard into her vest, her voice resolute. Lucas, drive. Nia, secure the gear. We head for Cairo, now. Lucas jumped into the driver's seat, the jeep lurching as gunfire cracked, a bullet grazing the door. Nia strapped in, her spectrometer shielded, her voice urgent. The shard's radiation is spiking, it's reacting to movement. The crystal's glow pulsed, the air humming. Hassan fired at the looters, his pistol flashing, but a rifle shot struck his shoulder, blood staining his suit. Amara pulled him into the jeep, her hands shaking. Hold on, Hassan. The jeep sped off, dust billowing, the pyramid's shadow fading as looters' trucks pursued, their shouts echoing. Amara's hazel eyes burned, the shard's weight a promise and a threat, the truth of the ancients slipping through her fingers. The shard's pulse. Cairo's archaeological museum was a sanctuary of shadow and stone, its halls lined with sarcophagi and reliefs, the air cool with the scent of polished marble and old papyrus. Amara's team huddled in a secure lab, the shard locked in a lead-lined case, its faint blue glow pulsing through the glass. Amara's khaki vest was torn, her hazel eyes weary but fierce, her tablet displaying scans of the chamber's iridium-laced walls. The escape from Giza had cost them, Hassan was in surgery, security forces were hunting the looters, and the ministry was demanding answers. The shard, a relic of unknown purpose, was their only clue to the Great Pyramid's secrets. Lucas, his blonde beard dusted with sand, calibrated a radiation detector, its needle twitching. The shard's emitting a low-frequency signal, he said, his blue eyes narrowed. It's not random, it's patterned, like a code. The iridium's amplifying it, like the chamber's walls did. His laptop showed a waveform, its peaks eerily regular. Nia, her braids tied back, her dark eyes focused, ran isotopic tests on the shard's surface. The iridium's extraterrestrial, meteorite origin, no doubt, she said, her voice low. But the crystal structure, it's synthetic, not natural. The builders shaped it, Amara, with precision we can't match. Her spectrometer beeped, confirming the shard's anomalous energy. Amara's fingers brushed the case, the shard's hum tingling her skin. A flashback stirred, 2580 BCE, a vizier in linen robes, his hands trembling as he placed the shard in the pyramid's core, priests chanting under a starlit sky, the air alive with power. This was no tomb, she said, her voice resolute. The pyramid was a machine, stellar-aligned, powered by this. But for what? Lucas's detector spiked, the shard's glow flaring. It's reacting to us, he said, his voice tight. The signal's stronger, almost like it's listening. The lab's lights flickered, the air growing cold. A knock interrupted, Dr. Fatima El-Sayed, the ministry's overseer, her hijab framing a stern face, her dark eyes sharp. Dr. Khalil, the shard's unauthorized removal violates protocol, she said, her voice cold. Hand it over, or your funding's cut. Her gaze flicked to the case, suspicion clear. Amara's jaw tightened, her tablet clutched tightly. The shard's rewriting history, Fatima. We're analyzing it, give us time. Her hazel eyes burned, the shard's pulse a heartbeat in the room. Fatima's lips thinned, her voice low. Time short. Looters know of the chamber, and the ministry wants control. Don't test us. She left, the door slamming, the shard's hum rising, its secrets a ticking clock. The star's code. The desert night enveloped Giza, the Great Pyramid a silent guardian under a canopy of stars, its limestone worn but unyielding. Amara's team worked in a hidden camp beyond the plateau, their tents shielded by dunes, their equipment powered by solar generators humming softly. The shard, secured in a portable lab, pulsed with blue light, its star-etched surface casting shadows on the canvas walls. Amara stood over it, her khaki vest patched, her hazel eyes reflecting its glow, her tablet linked to Lucas's waveform analyzer. The ministry's threat loomed, looters were still at large, and the shard's energy was growing unstable, its signal a mystery demanding answers. Lucas, his glasses fogged, his blonde beard streaked with sand, adjusted the analyzer, its screen showing a complex signal. The shard's broadcasting, he said, his voice tense. It's not random, it's a sequence, aligned with Sirius's position tonight. The pyramid's chamber was an antenna, amplifying this. His fingers typed, decoding the signal, revealing mathematical patterns, ratios matching the pyramid's dimensions. Nia, her dark eyes intense, ran a laser scan on the shard, its surface revealing microscopic circuits. This is no meteorite, she said, her voice trembling. It's engineered, nanostructures, embedded in the crystal. The builders used it to harness energy, maybe from the stars. Her spectrometer confirmed the iridium's extraterrestrial origin, its isotopes defying earthly norms. Amara's heart raced, her fingers tracing the shard's etchings, a vision flashing, priests aligning the pyramid's core with Sirius, the shard glowing as workers sealed the chamber, their chants a prayer to the stars. They knew astronomy beyond their time, she said, her voice resolute. The pyramid was a beacon, not a tomb, a signal to something. A drone buzzed overhead, its camera catching movement, looters' trucks, their headlights slicing the dunes. Lucas's analyzer spiked, the shard's glow flaring, the tent shaking. It's reacting to the stars, he shouted, his voice urgent. We need to stabilize it, or it could overload. Nia grabbed a cooling unit, her hands steady. "If we don't crack the code, the ministry takes it," she said, her eyes fierce. "This is bigger than us, Amara, bigger than Egypt." Amara nodded, her jaw tight, the shards pulse a call to the ancients. "We decode it tonight, or lose it forever." The desert wind howled, the pyramid watching, its secrets a step from revelation as the looters closed in. The signal's key. The desert camp, hidden among Giza's dunes, was a fortress of canvas and steel under a starlit sky, the Great Pyramid's silhouette a distant sentinel. The air was cool, tinged with the scent of diesel from solar generators and the faint hum of the iridium shard, its blue glow pulsing within a lead-lined case. Dr. Amara Khalil stood over the shard, her khaki vest patched, her hazel eyes reflecting its light, her tablet linked to a waveform analyzer decoding its signal. The shard's mathematical patterns, aligned with Sirius, hinted at an ancient technology, possibly a stellar beacon, buried in the pyramid for 4,500 years. Looters' trucks loomed on the horizon, their headlights slicing the night, while the Egyptian ministry's threat to seize the shard pressed like a vice. Dr. Lucas Brandt, his blond beard streaked with sand, adjusted the analyzer, its screen displaying a rhythmic sequence. "The signal's a code," he said, his blue eyes sharp behind glasses. "It's broadcasting coordinates, celestial, not terrestrial." The pyramid's angles matched the signal's geometry, like it was built to amplify this. His fingers typed furiously, mapping the code to star charts. Dr. Nia Okoye, her braids tight, her dark eyes intense, scanned the shard with a laser microscope, revealing nanoscale circuits. "The iridium's not just a conductor," she said, her voice low. "It's structured like a quantum lattice, technology we're only theorizing today." The builders weren't just astronomers, they engineered this. Her spectrometer beeped, confirming the shard's extraterrestrial isotopes. Amara's heart raced, her fingers brushing the shard's case, its hum tingling her skin. A vision flashed, 2580 BCE, priests chanting as a vizier aligned the shard with Sirius, the pyramid's core humming, its stones glowing faintly. "This was their purpose," she said, her voice resolute. The pyramid was a transmitter, sending a signal to the stars, or receiving one. A drone screeched, its camera catching looters' trucks closing in, rifles glinting. Lucas's analyzer spiked, the shard's glow flaring. "It's reacting to Sirius's zenith," he shouted, his voice urgent. "The signal's peaking, we're close to cracking it." Nia grabbed a cooling unit, stabilizing the shard. "If we lose this to looters, the truth dies," she said, her eyes fierce. "We need to move it, now." Amara's jaw tightened, her tablet clutched tightly. "We decode it here, then head to Cairo's secure lab. No one takes this." The desert wind howled, the shards pulse a heartbeat, the pyramid's secrets a step from revelation as gunfire cracked in the distance. The looters' assault. The Giza dunes were a battlefield under a moonless sky, the sand lit by the flash of gunfire and the roar of looters' trucks. The air was thick with dust and the acrid scent of gunpowder, the camp's tents trembling as Amara's team barricaded their lab. Dr. Amara Khalil clutched the shard's case, its blue glow seeping through, her hazel eyes fierce as she directed Lucas and Nia to secure their data. The shard's signal, now partially decoded, pointed to a stellar coordinate in Orion's belt, suggesting the Great Pyramid was a cosmic beacon. But looters, Bedouin mercenaries led by a shadowy figure, closed in, their rifles trained on the camp. Lucas, his blond beard matted, hauled equipment into a reinforced crate, his blue eyes darting to the dunes. "They're 50 meters out," he said, his voice tight, his radar screen dark. "Security's overwhelmed, Hassan's still in surgery. We're on our own." Nia, her dark eyes blazing, sealed her spectrometer data, her hands steady. The shard's signal is stabilizing, she said, her voice urgent. We've got the coordinates, but if they take it, the ministry buries this forever. Her braids swayed as she grabbed a flare gun, its red glow ready. Amara's radio crackled. Dr. Fatima El Sayed, the ministry overseer, her voice sharp. Amara, surrender the shard. The looters are linked to a syndicate, they'll kill for it. We're sending reinforcements, but you must comply. The line cut, the threat clear. Amara's jaw tightened, her khaki vest torn, her hazel eyes burning. We don't surrender, she said, her voice resolute. Lucas, arm the drones. Nia, flare the perimeter. We hold until we can move. She tucked the shard's case into a backpack, its hum vibrating against her spine. The looters charged, their trucks roaring, bullets tearing through canvas. Lucas launched drones, their lasers blinding attackers, while Nia's flares lit the dunes, scattering the first wave. Amara fired a pistol, her shots precise, felling a looter, his rifle clattering. A truck rammed the lab, the shard's case slipping, its glow flaring as it hit the ground, the signal spiking. A figure emerged, Malik, a Bedouin leader, his robe bloodied, his eyes cold. The Star Stone's ours, he growled, his rifle raised. Give it, or die. Amara stood firm, her pistol steady, the shard's hum a call to fight. Lucas tackled Malik, their struggle kicking up sand, and Nia grabbed the shard, her voice fierce. We go now. The team sprinted to their jeep, bullets whistling, the shard's glow a beacon. Amara drove, the desert blurring, the pyramid watching as they escaped, the truth of the ancients hanging by a thread. The code revealed. Cairo's secure lab, hidden beneath the archaeological museum, was a fortress of steel and glass, its air cool with the hum of air conditioning and the faint scent of antiseptic. The shard sat in a vacuum chamber, its blue glow steady, its star-etched surface pulsing with energy. Amara stood over it, her khaki vest patched, her hazel eyes reflecting its light, her tablet linked to a supercomputer decoding the signal. The escape from Giza had left them shaken, Hassan recovering, looters still at large, and the ministry demanding the shard's surrender. The signal's coordinates, aligned with Orion's belt, suggested the pyramid was a stellar transmitter, its purpose a mystery from 2580 BCE. Lucas, his glasses fogged, his blonde beard streaked with dust, analyzed the signal's final sequence, his laptop glowing. It's a message, he said, his voice low. The code's mathematical, a sequence of primes, embedded with star positions. It's pointing to a specific time, tonight, when Orion's belt aligns with the pyramid's apex. Nia, her dark eyes intense, scanned the shard's circuits with an electron microscope, revealing intricate patterns. The iridium's a superconductor, she said, her voice trembling. It's designed to channel energy, maybe stellar radiation. The pyramid's chambers amplified it, like a receiver. Her spectrometer confirmed the shard's extraterrestrial origin, its isotopes defying explanation. Amara's heart raced, a vision flashing, priests in linen robes, their chants echoing as the shard powered the pyramid, its stones glowing under Sirius's light, a signal sent to the stars. They were communicating, she said, her voice resolute. The pyramid was a beacon, built to send or receive a message. But to who, or what? Fatima burst in, her hijab framing a furious face, her dark eyes blazing. Amara, the ministry's seizing the shard, she said, her voice cold. Your stunt at Giza drew global attention, news feeds are speculating aliens. Hand it over, or you're arrested. Amara's jaw tightened, her tablet clutched tightly. The shard's rewriting history, Fatima. It's proof the builders had technology we can't fathom. Give us one night to test the signal. Her hazel eyes burned, the shard's hum rising. Fatima hesitated, her gaze on the shard. "One night," she said, her voice low. "But looters are tracking you. If they breach this lab, it's on you." She left, the door locking, the shards pulse a countdown to truth as the stars aligned overhead. The stars' alignment. The secure lab beneath Cairo's archaeological museum hummed with tension, its steel walls reflecting the iridium shards' pulsing blue glow, locked in a vacuum chamber. The air was cool, scented with antiseptic and the faint buzz of electronics, as Dr. Amara Khalil stood over her tablet, its screen displaying the shard's decoded signal, a mathematical sequence aligned with Orion's belt, set to peak at midnight when the stars aligned with the Great Pyramid's apex. The shard, a 4,500-year-old relic etched with star patterns, hinted at an ancient technology, a cosmic beacon built into the pyramid's core. The Egyptian ministry demanded its surrender, looters hunted it, and the world watched, news feeds buzzing with speculation. Dr. Lucas Brandt, his blonde beard streaked with sweat, calibrated the waveform analyzer, its data streaming. "The signal's peaking," he said, his blue eyes sharp behind glasses. "It's a transmission, Amara, directed at Orion's belt. If we amplify it, we might hear a response." His laptop mapped the sequence, its primes mirroring the pyramid's geometry. Dr. Nia Okoye, her braids tight, her dark eyes intense, adjusted an electron microscope, its images revealing the shard's nanoscale circuits. "The iridium's a superconductor," she said, her voice low. "It's built to channel stellar energy, maybe radiation from Orion." The pyramid was a receiver, not just a transmitter. Her spectrometer beeped, confirming the shard's extraterrestrial isotopes. Amara's heart raced, her khaki vest patched, her hazel eyes reflecting the shard's glow. A vision flashed, 2580 BCE, priests aligning the pyramid's core with Sirius, the shard pulsing as workers sealed the chamber, their chance of him to the stars. "We activate it tonight," she said, her voice resolute. "If the pyramid was a beacon, this is our chance to prove it." A muffled explosion shook the lab, dust falling from the ceiling. Dr. Hassan Reza, his shoulder bandaged from Giza's battle, burst in, his linen suit stained, his dark eyes wide. "Looters breached the museum's perimeter," he shouted, his radio crackling. "They're after the shard, security's falling." Amara's jaw tightened, her tablet clutched tightly. "Lock the lab," she ordered. "Lucas, amplify the signal. Nia, stabilize the shard. We finish this now." The shard's hum rose, the stars aligning outside, the pyramid's secrets a heartbeat away as gunfire echoed above. The beacon's call. The lab was a fortress under siege, its steel doors rattling as looters' explosives shook the museum above, the air thick with the scent of smoke and fear. The iridium shard's blue glow pulsed faster, its hum filling the room, its star-etched surface vibrating with energy. Amara stood by the vacuum chamber, her hazel eyes fierce, her khaki vest torn, her tablet linked to Lucas's analyzer, its screen showing the signal's peak as Orion's belt aligned with the Great Pyramid. The signal, a sequence of primes, was broadcasting to the stars, and a faint response, a static-like pulse, crackled through the speakers, chilling the team. Lucas, his blonde beard matted, his blue eyes wide, adjusted the amplifier, its dials glowing. "We're getting something," he said, his voice trembling. A return signal, weak, but structured. "It's coming from Orion, Amara." His fingers typed, decoding the response, its patterns echoing the shard's code. Nia, her dark eyes blazing, cooled the shard with liquid nitrogen, its glow stabilizing. "The circuits are active," she said, her voice urgent. "The iridium's channeling energy, like the pyramid did. This was their purpose, a link to the stars." Her spectrometer spiked, the shard's radiation surging. Hassan, his pistol drawn, guarded the door, his dark eyes scanning the monitors showing looters in the museum's halls, their rifles flashing. "They're cutting through," he said, his voice tight. "Minutes, Amara, then they're here." Amara's heart pounded, her fingers brushing the shard's case, its hum electric. A vision flashed, priests in 2580 BCE, their eyes awed as the shard glowed, the pyramid's core resonating with a signal from the heavens, its stones alive with power. "Keep the signal alive," she said, her voice resolute. "If this is a message, we record it, history changes tonight." The doors buckled, looters' torches sparking, and Malik, their Bedouin leader, shouted, "The Starstone's ours." His rifle fired, shattering a monitor, and Hassan returned fire, his shots echoing. Lucas's analyzer screeched, the return signal strengthening, a voice-like pattern emerging, alien, ancient, indecipherable. Nia grabbed a drone, its laser arming, her voice fierce. "We hold them." She fired, blinding looters, while Amara sealed the shard in a portable case, its glow pulsing through. The lab shook, the signal peaking, and Amara's hazel eyes burned. "We take it to Giza," she said, her voice raw. "The pyramid's the key." The team fought through the chaos, the shards call a beacon to the stars, the looters assault a shadow closing in. The pyramid's heart. The Giza Plateau was a war zone under a starlit sky, the Great Pyramid's limestone glowing faintly as Orion's belt shone overhead, its alignment perfect. The air was sharp with gunpowder and sand, the roar of looters' trucks mingling with security forces' sirens. Amara's team raced across the dunes, their jeep swerving, the iridium shard's case clutched in Amara's lap, its blue glow pulsing through her khaki vest. The return signal from Orion, captured in the lab, played on Lucas's laptop, its voice-like pattern haunting, suggesting the pyramid was built to commune with the stars. The ministry's helicopters circled, their lights blinding, their orders to surrender crackling through Hassan's radio. Amara's hazel eyes were fierce, her voice resolute. "We get to the pyramid's core," she said, her tablet showing the chamber's map. "The shard belongs there, it's part of the system." Her heart raced, the vision of priests and glowing stones vivid. Lucas, driving, his blonde beard streaked with dust, swerved past the looter's truck, his blue eyes on the pyramid. "The signal's still active," he said, his voice tight. "If we place the shard in the chamber, it might complete the circuit, send or receive the full message." His laptop glowed, the signal's waveform steady. Nia, her dark eyes intense, held the cooling unit, stabilizing the shard. "The iridium's overheating," she said, her voice urgent. "It's built for the pyramid's acoustics, outside, it's unstable." Her spectrometer beeped, warning of radiation spikes. Hassan, his shoulder wound bleeding, fired at pursuing looters, his dark eyes grim. "The ministry's closing in," he said, his radio crackling. "Fatima's orders, surrender the shard, or they shoot." A helicopter's spotlight pinned them, its roar deafening. Amara's jaw tightened, the pyramid looming. They reached the hidden door, now guarded by security, and slipped inside, the shaft's hieroglyphs, stars, serpents, glowing faintly. The chamber opened before them, its iridium-laced walls pulsing in sync with the shard. Amara placed it on the pedestal, the glow flaring, the signal's voice clear, a chant-like tone, ancient and vast. Looters breached the shaft, Malik's rifle raised, but the chamber shook, the signal peaking, light flooding the walls. The looters froze, awed, and the ministry's helicopters hovered outside. Amara's voice rang, "This is the truth." The pyramid's heart beat, its stellar message alive, the ancient's legacy revealed as the stars watched. The signal's voice. The hidden chamber within the Great Pyramid of Giza was a crucible of light and sound, its iridium-laced limestone walls pulsing in sync with the shard's blue glow, the air humming with an ancient chant-like signal from Orion's belt. Dr. Amara Khalil stood by the stone pedestal, her khaki vest torn, her hazel eyes reflecting the shard's light, her tablet streaming the signal's decoded waveform, a sequence of primes and star coordinates, now resolving into a voice-like pattern, vast and alien. The pyramid's core, aligned with Sirius and Orion 4,500 years ago, amplified the shard's energy, confirming its role as a cosmic transmitter. Outside, looters led by Malik breached the shaft, their rifles glinting, while ministry helicopters circled, their spotlights piercing the night. Dr. Lucas Brandt, his blonde beard streaked with sand, adjusted the waveform analyzer, its speakers crackling with the signal's eerie tones. "It's a message," he said, his blue eyes wide behind glasses. "The patterns encode a language, mathematical, not human. It's describing a stellar event, maybe a supernova, tied to Orion." His laptop glowed, mapping the signal to ancient star charts. Dr. Nia Okoye, her braids tight, her dark eyes intense, monitored the shard's radiation with a spectrometer, its readings spiking. "The iridium's channeling energy from the pyramid's acoustics," she said, her voice trembling. "It's a receiver, Amara, built to capture this signal." The builders knew something cosmic. Her cooling unit hummed, stabilizing the shard's heat. Dr. Hassan Reza, his shoulder bandaged, his linen suit bloodied, guarded the chamber's entrance, his pistol raised. "Malik's men are through," he shouted, his dark eyes fierce as looters' boots echoed in the shaft, their torches flaring. "The ministry's landing, Fatima's orders are to seize the shard." Amara's heart pounded, her fingers brushing the shard, its hum electric. A vision flashed, 2580 BCE, priests in linen robes chanting as the shard glowed, the pyramid's core resonating with a signal from the stars, its stones alive with purpose. "We record everything," she said, her voice resolute. "Lucas, stream the signal live. Nia, stabilize the shard. This goes global, now." Lucas linked the analyzer to a satellite uplink, broadcasting the signal to news feeds, his voice urgent. "The world's watching, Egypt can't bury this." The shard's glow flared, the chamber shaking, the signal's voice growing clearer, its tones a haunting melody. Malik burst in, his robe torn, his rifle aimed. "The Starstone's mine," he roared, but the chamber's hum surged, light flooding the walls, freezing him. Amara's hazel eyes burned, her voice ringing. "This is history." The signal's voice echoed, the pyramid's heart alive, the truth of the ancients a breath away. The standoff. The chamber was a fortress of light and chaos, the iridium shard's glow flooding the iridium-laced walls, its signal, a cosmic chant from Orion, blaring through Lucas's speakers, now streaming globally. The air was thick with dust and the acrid scent of gunpowder, the pyramid's stone trembling as looters clashed with security outside the shaft. Amara stood by the pedestal, her khaki vest patched, her hazel eyes fierce, her tablet clutched as the signal's waveform stabilized, revealing a message about a stellar event tied to the pyramid's construction. Malik's looters, rifles raised, held the entrance, while ministry forces, led by Dr. Fatima El-Sayed, stormed the plateau, their helicopters roaring. Lucas, his blonde beard matted, his blue eyes sharp, monitored the uplink, news feeds lighting up with the signal's broadcast. "It's viral," he said, his voice tight. "Universities, SETI, they're decoding it. The ministry can't stop this now." His analyzer beeped, the signal's tones resolving into a map of Orion's stars. Nia, her dark eyes blazing, cooled the shard, its radiation spiking. "The iridium's overheating," she said, her voice urgent. "It's built for the pyramid's resonance, if we remove it, the signal dies." Her spectrometer glowed, confirming the shard's extraterrestrial circuits. Hassan, his pistol empty, his dark eyes grim, barricaded the entrance with a fallen block, looters' bullets chipping stone. "Fatima's here," he shouted, his radio crackling. "She wants the shard, says it's national security." A helicopter's spotlight pierced the shaft, blinding. Fatima entered, her hijab framing a furious face, her dark eyes cold. "Amara, stop the broadcast," she ordered, her voice sharp. "This shard's Egypt's, you're inciting chaos." Her hand rested on a holster, ministry soldiers behind her. Amara's jaw tightened, her voice resolute. "The pyramid's a beacon, Fatima, not a tomb. The signal proves it, built to communicate with the stars. The world deserves this." She held the shard's case, its glow pulsing, the signal's voice a chorus. Malik lunged, his rifle swinging, but Nia fired a flare, its red light scattering looters. Lucas tackled a soldier, his analyzer safe, the broadcast unbroken. The chamber shook, the signal peaking, and a vision flashed, priests sealing the shard, their eyes awed, knowing their work would speak to eternity. Amara faced Fatima, her hazel eyes burning. "Join us, or history judges you." The standoff held, the pyramid's truth a heartbeat, the world listening as Orion shone. The message revealed. The Giza Plateau was a storm of light and sound, the Great Pyramid glowing under Orion's belt, its apex aligned with the stars as the iridium shard's signal filled the chamber, its chant-like tones echoing globally through Lucas's broadcast. The air was sharp with smoke and sand, ministry helicopters hovering, looters retreating under security fire. Amara stood by the pedestal, her khaki vest torn, her hazel eyes reflecting the shard's blue glow, her tablet showing the signal's full decode, a message describing a supernova in Orion, observed by the builders in 2580 BCE, their pyramid a monument to capture its energy. The world watched, news feeds ablaze, as the pyramid's purpose rewrote history. Lucas, his blonde beard streaked with dust, stabilized the uplink, his blue eyes wide. The message details a stellar event, coordinates, timing, energy output, he said, his voice trembling. The pyramid's chambers amplified the shard to record it, like a cosmic archive. His laptop glowed, star charts confirming the supernova's date. Nia, her dark eyes fierce, adjusted the cooling unit, the shard's radiation steady. "The iridium circuits are a receiver," she said, her voice resolute. "The builders used it to harness stellar energy, maybe to power their tools, or signal something." Her spectrometer beeped, the shard's structure intact. Hassan, his shoulder bleeding, negotiated with Fatima, his dark eyes steady. "The broadcast's out," he said, his voice low. "The world knows Egypt can lead this discovery, not bury it." Ministry soldiers lowered their weapons, the looters scattered, Malik's shouts fading. Fatima's face softened, her dark eyes conflicted. "You've exposed us, Amara," she said, her voice quiet. "But the signal's real. The ministry will study it, under global oversight." She stepped back, her soldiers standing down, the helicopters retreating. Amara's heart lifted, her fingers brushing the shard, its hum softening. A final vision flashed, priests in 2580 BCE, their faces lit by the shard, sealing the pyramid as a beacon to the future, their knowledge eternal. "This is their legacy," she said, her voice ringing. "The pyramid spoke to the stars, and we heard it." The chamber's glow faded, the signal complete, the world changed. The pyramid stood silent, its secrets unveiled, Amara's team the bridge between ancients and moderns, the stars a witness to their triumph. The world's eyes. Cairo's archaeological museum buzzed with global attention, its halls packed with journalists, scientists, and dignitaries, the air thick with the scent of camera equipment and polished stone. The iridium shard, secured in a reinforced glass case, glowed faintly, its star-etched surface a beacon of mystery. Dr. Amara Khalil stood before a podium, her khaki vest replaced by a tailored blazer, her hazel eyes steady despite the weight of the world's scrutiny. The shard's signal, broadcast live from the Great Pyramid's hidden chamber, had revealed a 4,500-year-old message, a record of a supernova in Orion's belt, captured by the pyramid's iridium-laced structure as a cosmic archive. News feeds buzzed with awe and skepticism, some hailing the discovery, others crying conspiracy. Dr. Lucas Brandt, his blonde beard trimmed, his blue eyes sharp, presented the signal's data on a massive screen, its waveform a dance of primes and star coordinates. The pyramid was a receiver, he said, his voice clear, amplified by the microphone. Its chambers, aligned with Sirius and Orion, amplified the shard's signal to capture a stellar event in 2580 BCE. The crowd murmured, cameras flashing, as his laptop projected a 3D model of the pyramid's core. Dr. Neo Koye, her braids adorned with silver beads, her dark eyes fierce, displayed the shard's nanoscale circuits. The iridium's extraterrestrial, meteorite-based, engineered with precision we can't replicate, she said, her voice resonant. The builders used it to harness stellar energy, making the pyramid a scientific marvel, not a tomb. Her spectrometer data glowed, confirming the shard's alien isotopes. Dr. Hassan Reza, his shoulder healed, his linen suit crisp, stood beside Amara, his dark eyes wary. The ministry endorses this find, he said, his voice steady, but under strict oversight. The shard stays in Egypt. His words masked tension. Dr. Fatima El-Sayed, the ministry overseer, watched from the crowd, her hijab framing a guarded face. Amara's heart raced, her tablet clutched tightly, a vision flashing, priests in 2580 BCE, their chants echoing as the shard powered the pyramid, its stones glowing under Orion's light. This changes history, she said, her voice resolute. The pyramid was a beacon, built to record the stars. We'll study the shard further, here, with global collaboration. A journalist shouted, "What about the looters? Are they still a threat?" Whispers spread, the memory of Malik's assault vivid. Amara's jaw tightened. Security's tightened. The truth is ours now. The shard's glow pulsed, the world watching, but shadows lingered, Malik's syndicate, still hunting, and Fatima's oversight a looming threat. The shard's legacy. The secure lab beneath the museum was a fortress of science, its steel walls lined with monitors, the air cool with the hum of supercomputers and the faint scent of electronics. The iridium shard sat in a vacuum chamber, its blue glow steady, its signal now archived but still active, emitting low-frequency pulses tied to Orion's cycles. Amara's team worked tirelessly, their data shared with global institutions, SETI, CERN, Oxford, confirming the pyramid's role as a stellar receiver. The world's fascination grew, but so did resistance, with some claiming the shard was a hoax, others fearing its implications. Amara, her blazer replaced by a lab coat, her hazel eyes intense, analyzed the shard's circuits with a 3D scanner, its images revealing intricate patterns. "The signal's not just a record," she said, her voice low. "It's a blueprint, mathematical instructions, maybe for energy transfer. The builders used this to power something." Her tablet glowed, mapping the pyramid's acoustics. Lucas, his blonde beard streaked with gray, calibrated a radio telescope linked to the shard, its antenna tracking Orion. "The signal's still broadcasting faintly," he said, his blue eyes focused. "It's like the shard's waiting for a response. If we align it with the pyramid again, we might unlock more." His laptop beeped, showing residual waveforms. Nia, her dark eyes blazing, tested the shard's radiation with a new spectrometer, its data spiking. "The iridium's stable, but it reacts to stellar alignments," she said, her voice urgent. The pyramid's chambers were resonators, amplifying this energy for a purpose we don't yet know. Her braids swayed as she adjusted the vacuum chamber. Hassan entered, his dark eyes troubled, his linen suit creased. "Malik's syndicate struck a dig site near Saqqara," he said, his voice tight. "They're after similar relics, rumors of other shards. Fatima's pushing to lock the shard in a vault, away from study." Amara's jaw tightened, a vision flashing, priests sealing the shard, their eyes knowing, their work a gift to the future. "We can't let them bury this," she said, her voice resolute. "We return to Giza, test the shard in the chamber, under controlled conditions. The world's watching, they can't stop us." A monitor flickered, a news feed reporting a looter attack, Malik's name surfacing. Lucas's telescope beeped, a faint signal echoing from Orion. Amara's heart raced, the shard's legacy of fire, its secrets a step from unraveling as threats closed in. The Cosmic Archive. The Giza Plateau glowed under a twilight sky, the Great Pyramid's limestone catching the last light, its apex aligned with Orion's belt, now a symbol of ancient genius. The air was warm, scented with desert dust and the hum of drones patrolling the perimeter. Malik's attacks. Amara's team stood in the hidden chamber, the iridium shard back on its pedestal, its blue glow pulsing, its signal resonating with the pyramid's iridium-laced walls. The chamber hummed, the air electric, as the team prepared to test the shard's full potential, streaming data to global scientists via satellite uplink. The ministry, led by Fatima, watched closely, their oversight a shadow over the discovery. Amara, her lab coat crisp, her hazel eyes fierce, monitored the signal on her tablet, its waveform a dance of cosmic instructions. "The shard's reacting to Orion's alignment," she said, her voice resolute. "It's completing the blueprint, a guide to stellar energy, stored in the pyramid." A vision flashed, 2580 BCE, a vizier overseeing the shard's placement, the pyramid's core glowing as it captured a supernova's pulse. Lucas, his blonde beard trimmed, his blue eyes bright, adjusted the radio telescope, its antenna linked to the shard. "The signal's looping," he said, his voice trembling. "It's a manual, how to harness stellar radiation." The pyramid was a battery, powering their tools, maybe their society. His laptop glowed, data streaming to CERN. Nia, her dark eyes intense, stabilized the shard with a cooling unit, its radiation steady. "The iridium circuits are a network," she said, her voice clear. "The pyramid's chambers amplified it, storing energy for millennia. This is their legacy, a science we're only beginning to understand." Her spectrometer confirmed the shard's stability. Hassan, his dark eyes alert, guarded the entrance, his radio crackling with security updates. "Malik's syndicate is quiet," he said, his voice low. "But Fatima's here, she wants the shard locked away after this." Her hijab appeared at the chamber's edge, her face conflicted. Fatima stepped forward, her voice soft. "You've proven it, Amara. The pyramid's a marvel, not a myth. Egypt will lead its study, openly." She nodded, her soldiers standing down, the world's eyes on Giza. Amara's heart lifted, the shard's glow softening, its signal complete. "This is for the ancients," she said, her voice ringing. "Their knowledge, our future." The chamber hummed, the pyramid's heart alive, its cosmic archive unveiled, Amara's team the bridge between past and present. The global dawn. The Giza Plateau shimmered under a golden Egyptian sun, the Great Pyramid of Khufu standing resolute, its limestone blocks aglow with the promise of a new era. The air was warm, scented with desert dust and the hum of drones, now documenting the site for global study rather than guarding against looters. Dr. Amara Khalil stood before the pyramid's northern face, her tailored blazer crisp, her hazel eyes tracing its ancient lines, her tablet displaying data shared with institutions worldwide, SETI, CERN, and the Smithsonian. The iridium shard, its signal decoded as a 4,500-year-old record of a supernova in Orion's belt, had confirmed the pyramid as a cosmic archive, its iridium-laced chambers designed to harness stellar energy. The world buzzed with awe, news feeds hailing the discovery as a bridge between ancient genius and modern science. Dr. Lucas Brandt, his blonde beard neatly trimmed, his blue eyes bright, presented the shard's data at a global conference streamed from Cairo's Archaeological Museum. The pyramid was a receiver, he said, his voice clear, amplified across screens in Tokyo, London, and New York. Its builders used the shard to capture stellar signals, storing knowledge of a supernova in 2580 BCE. His laptop glowed with star charts, the signal's primes a universal language. Dr. Neo Koye, her braids adorned with silver beads, her dark eyes fierce, shared the shard's nanoscale circuits with engineers at MIT. The iridium's a superconductor, engineered beyond our capabilities, she said, her voice resonant. The pyramid was a battery, powering tools or signals we're only beginning to understand. Her spectrometer data, now public, confirmed the shard's extraterrestrial origins. Dr. Hassan Reza, his shoulder healed, his linen suit pristine, stood beside Amara, his dark eyes proud. Egypt leads this study, he said, his voice steady. The ministries open Giza to international teams, with the shard as our guide. Dr. Fatima El-Sayed, now an ally, nodded from the crowd, her hijab framing a face softened by the discovery's weight. Amara's heart lifted, her fingers brushing her tablet, a vision flashing, priests in linen robes, their chants echoing as the shard glowed, sealing the pyramid's purpose for eternity. This is their gift, she said, her voice resolute, addressing the gathered scientists. The ancients spoke to the stars, we're listening. The crowd cheered, cameras flashing, the pyramid a symbol of unity, its secrets no longer buried. A shadow lingered, Malak's syndicate, those scattered, whispered of other shards in Saqqara and Dashur. Amara's hazel eyes narrowed, her resolve firm. We keep searching, she whispered to her team. The sun rose higher, Giza alive, the world forever changed. The pyramid's legacy. Cairo's new Stellar Research Institute, built near the Giza Plateau, was a beacon of glass and steel, its halls humming with the work of global scientists studying the iridium shard and the Great Pyramid's cosmic design. The air was cool, scented with electronics and the faint tang of desert air through open windows. Amara stood in the Institute's main lab, her lab coat emblazoned with a star insignia, her hazel eyes reflecting the shard's faint glow, now housed in a permanent exhibit. The shard's signal, fully decoded, had revealed a blueprint for stellar energy capture, inspiring new technologies, clean energy, quantum computing, while rewriting Egypt's ancient history as a scientific marvel. Lucas, his blonde beard graying, his blue eyes calm, calibrated a radio telescope linked to the shard, its antenna tracking Orion's belt nightly. The signal's still active, he said, his voice warm. Faint, but it's teaching us new algorithms, new physics. The pyramid's a classroom, Amara. His laptop glowed, data streaming to universities worldwide. Nia, her dark eyes bright, tested a prototype based on the shard's circuits, her braids swaying as she adjusted a laser scanner. The iridium structure is revolutionizing materials science, she said, her voice clear. We're building superconductors inspired by the builder's work, clean energy for the world. Her spectrometer beeped, confirming the shard's stability. Hassan, now the Institute's director, entered, his linen suit replaced by a modern jacket, his dark eyes proud. The ministry's funding digs across Egypt, he said, his voice steady. Saqqara's yielding anomalies, more iridium, maybe more shards. Malak's syndicate is gone, but we stay vigilant. His radio, now silent, rested at his side. Amara's heart raced, a vision flashing, 2580 BCE, a vizier overseeing the pyramid's completion, the shard glowing as priests chanted, their legacy a gift to the future. The builders knew, she said, her voice resolute. They built for us, to learn, to grow. We honor them by continuing. She touched the shard's case, its hum a pulse of connection, the institute a testament to their triumph. Outside, the pyramid stood under a clear sky, its limestone gleaming, tourists and scientists mingling in its shadow. Amara's team walked to the plateau, their faces lit with purpose, the world's eyes on Egypt as the ancients' legacy reshaped the future. The Stars Keepers. 10 years later, the Giza Plateau was a global hub of discovery, the Great Pyramid a living monument, its chambers open to controlled study, its iridium-laced walls a map of ancient genius. The air was warm, scented with jasmine from Cairo's markets, the sky bright with stars mirroring Orion's belt. Dr. Amara Khalil, now 48, stood before the pyramid, her hair streaked with gray, her hazel eyes calm, her blazer bearing the Stellar Research Institute star. The iridium shard, now one of 3 found across Egypt, had sparked a scientific renaissance, its technology fueling clean energy and space exploration, Egypt at the forefront. Dr. Lucas Brandt, retired but consulting, his blonde hair fully gray, smiled beside her, his blue eyes on the stars. The pyramid's still teaching, he said, his voice soft. We're planning a telescope array, inspired by the shard's signal. His legacy was in the data, shared freely. Dr. Niokoye, now a professor, her braids silvered, her dark eyes bright, led global teams studying the shard circuits. The ancients gave us a blueprint, she said, her voice clear. We're building their vision, sustainable, cosmic. Her work powered cities, her name etched in history. Dr. Hassan Reza, Institute founder, stood with them, his dark eyes proud. Egypt's the world's teacher now, he said, his voice warm. The pyramid's heart beats for all. The Stellar Institute thrived, Saqqara's digs ongoing, Malik's thread a faded memory. Amara touched a limestone block, its warmth a connection to 2580 BCE, when priests sealed the shard, their chants a promise kept. We're their keepers, she said, her voice ringing, the pyramid glowing under the stars. The crowd, scientists, locals, dreamers, cheered, their lights a constellation, the ancients' legacy alive, the stars eternal witnesses.